Hi, I'm Andrei Mincov, the founder of Trademark Factory, and in this video, I'm going to share my thoughts about a massive trademarking screw-up. This time around, it's McDonald's losing its Big Mac trademark in Europe for non-use. What? Alright, so let me read it from the article, and you can always find the link in the description below. Does McDonald's sell Big Macs? The EU isn't so sure. An absurd ruling that strips the fast food giant of the trademark for its signature burger is a prime example of a bureaucracy run amok. Okay. Does McDonald's sell Big Macs? The European Union's Intellectual Property Office isn't so sure and has stripped the company of the Big Mac trademark. This is but the latest example of an EU allergy to US multinationals that officials always deny but somehow keeps erupting. The EU IPO ruling, which McDonald's say it plans to appeal, which it should, reads like it was written by someone who has never been to a McDonald's. It maintains that the US corporation has been unable to prove that it actually sells Big Macs, even though the fast food chain had presented what it considered to be definitive proof, such as affidavits from employees in the UK, Germany, and France, pictures from the corporate website, and even a printout from Wikipedia that describes the Big Mac as the hamburger sold by international fast food restaurant chain McDonald's since 1967. The Intellectual Property Authority, however, appeared to mock the US company by remarking in the ruling that the employee statements weren't independent evidence, that no proof had been presented that anyone ever visited the McDonald's website. And anyway, pictures on the website don't mean actual sales, and that Wikipedia isn't a reliable source of information. The EU IPO wrote, taking into account the submitted evidence as a whole, it is concluded that the documents do not provide conclusive information that the products marked with the EU TM, European trademark, are offered for actual sale, and there is no confirmation of any commercial transactions, either online or via brick-and-mortar operations. Even if the goods were offered for sale, there is no data about how long the products were offered on the given web page or in other ways, and there is no information of any actual sales taking place or any potential and relevant consumers being engaged either through an offer or through a sale. Let me think. Really? The ruling deserves to be a meme on a par with the Big Mac episode from Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. It also makes McDonald's appeal look like a shoo-in. The company can muster endless outside data, including that Pulp Fiction episode, proving that it sells a sandwich called the Big Mac. Well, duh! So why did the EU make this seemingly ridiculous ruling? The matter ended up before the EU IPO's cancellation division via complaint by Supermax, a fast food chain with about 100 stores throughout Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. It owes its name to its founder and managing director, Pat McDonough, who took on the moniker Supermac after he helped his school win an important Gaelic football game. McDonough has claimed that McDonald's had been hampering his Ireland-based company's plans to expand in the UK and other EU countries, claiming that its name is too similar to Big Mac, which it is. Supermax had accused McDonald's of trademark bullying, they all do, and appealed to the EU IPO, arguing that the Americans had registered the Big Mac trademark for too many uses. Big Mac was indeed registered for a long list of goods and services, including services rendered or associated with operating and franchising restaurants and other establishments or facilities engaged in providing food and drink. That overly broad language created the obstacle to Supermac's proposed expansion, which it was supposed to, and it was a proper way of doing it. And I'll comment on that in a few moments. The Irish company argued that the Big Mac trademark should be confined to sandwiches. It just got a bit more than it asked for from the EU IPO. So you can finish reading the article yourself. Let me just make a few comments. The Socialist European Union is notorious for its hatred towards the US, the American multinational companies, and success in general. It played a role in dethroning Microsoft. It recently fined Google for $5 billion because Google pre-installed Google Search and Google Chrome browser in its Google Android operating system. Now they're going after McDonald's in this creative way by saying that McDonald's couldn't prove that they sell Big Macs in Europe. So my question is this a perfect example of what is called the Hanlon's razor that states, never attribute to malice that which can be adequately explained by stupidity? Or is this plain evil? I'm not really sure. Because, even if we leave aside the issue of whether Microsoft's lawyers provided adequate evidence in their affidavits from their employees, the printouts from their website, the printout from Wikipedia, even if we leave that aside, and if McDonald's provided more evidence, if they brought Big Macs to the EU IPO bureaucrats, if they showed pictures, surveys, if they brought all that. Let's leave that aside. Let's leave aside the issue of common sense that it would have been for EU IPO to recognize that yes, McDonald's does sell Big Macs in their restaurants throughout EU. Even if we leave aside the pettiness behind the decision to go after the symbol of capitalism, the symbol of the American dream, the symbol of success, if we leave all of that aside, is there a trademarking lesson here? And I think there are two. The first lesson relates to the question of whether McDonald's did the right thing when they went after Supermacs for trademark infringement over Big Mac. And I'd say the answer is yes. The problem with that is that they should have done it 40 years ago. So the first McDonald's was opened in Ireland in 1977. And the first Supermacs restaurant was opened in Ireland in 1978. This is when McDonald's should have used all of its might, all of its power, all of its legal budget to shut down Supermacs in the bud, because by allowing them to grow into what is now a huge operation all across Northern Ireland, they created the problem. McDonald's created the problem because they allowed this confusion to be in place. They basically built the grounds for the nightmare that they're dealing with right now. So the first lesson here is, if you see that somebody is trying to rip you off, go after them sooner rather than later, because at some point it might become too late. And the second lesson, the second question here is, did McDonald's file their trademark for Big Mac for an overly broad list of products and services? And so let me take you back to what exactly did McDonald's trademark stand for. They filed their trademark for 3 classes. Class 29, foods prepared from meat, pork, fish, and poultry products, meat sandwiches, fish sandwiches, pork sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, preserved and cooked fruits and vegetables, eggs, cheese, milk preparations, pickles, desserts. Class 30, edible sandwiches, meat sandwiches, pork sandwiches, fish sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, biscuits, bread, cakes, cookies, chocolate, coffee substitutes, tea, mustard, oatmeal, pastries, sauces, seasonings, and sugar. And also Class 42, services rendered or associated with operating and franchising restaurants and other establishments or facilities engaged in providing food and drink prepared for consumption and for drive-through facilities, preparation of carry-out foods, the designing of such restaurants, establishments and facilities for others, construction planning, and construction consulting for restaurants for others. So the question is, should they just have limited their trademark application to just sandwiches and burgers, or is it okay for them to have filed it this way? So here's how trademarks work. When you file your trademark, you don't own the name by itself. You don't own the image by itself. You don't own the phrase by itself. You register that in connection with specific products and services that you want your trademark to cover. And every product and service on the face of the earth has been segmented into 45 categories. They call them classes. There are 34 classes of physical products from classes 1 to class 34, and there are 11 classes of services from class 35 to class 45. And the textbook example of how this works is, let's say, a retail sale of certain products. Okay, let's take vases for example. Okay, if you make vases, if you're a manufacturer who makes vases, but you don't sell them yourself retail, you supply them to other stores to sell, then you would register your trademark for those vases in class 21. Basically, nobody would be able to make vases and slap your trademark on their vases because you own the trademark for class 21. On the other hand, if you are a retail store that sells other people's vases, you don't make vases, you just sell them, but you're known for selling vases, then you would register your trademark for class 35. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't make vases, but you cannot sell vases as a retail operation under that name. And if you do both, if you make vases, if you sell vases, then you would trademark that under both class 21 and class 35. And sometimes when you're big enough as a retailer and you trademark that for class 35 just for retail sale, that would actually also be enough to stop others from hijacking that brand in the product classes. That's another story. So going back to McDonald's, they trademarked Big Mac for both the food, the sandwiches, and class 42, the restaurant services. And yes, obviously they don't call their restaurant a Big Mac, but they are known for being the restaurant that sells Big Mac, that serves Big Macs. They've got 69 million people daily, every single day. 69 million people around the world go to McDonald's and buy something. And a lot of them go to McDonald's because they know that McDonald's serves Big Mac. Everybody knows this. So they have Big Macs on their menus. They got Big Macs. Pretty much it's the first thing you see when you enter. And were they correct in the decision to try to protect Big Mac for the restaurant services? Of course they were. Of course they were, because last thing they want is they're not selling their Big Macs other than through their own restaurants. So everything that McDonald's did for their trademark application was correct and accurate. Well, maybe they should not have included, the food items that have nothing to do with sandwiches. But again, what they're trying to do is to make sure that others can't come up with other foods and call them Big Macs, right? So maybe they wanted to simplify their life here a little bit by including the food items that they're not planning to go into and getting a trademark there. But Class 42 for restaurant services, perfectly legitimate. Class 30 for sandwiches, perfectly legitimate. The products made from certain items, perfectly legitimate. So the reason the decision was made by EU IPO has nothing to do with the fact that McDonald's trademark was overly broad, has nothing to do with the evidence. It is just another example of the little petty bureaucrat in Europe trying to show that they've got power over a giant. And so McDonald's is obviously going to appeal this. I hope that they win because if there is an example of an unfair decision, it's this. So we'll see how this goes. I'm sure we're going to hear more about this, and I will be there commenting on my thoughts about how this thing is going to develop. Now, if you found this video interesting, if you found it useful, subscribe now, get notified whenever the next video goes live. And if you've got a brand you want to protect, whether you're building a huge company, whether you're building a small company, you gotta protect your brand early on. And if you want our help with that process, regardless of which country you want to protect your brand in, go to trademarkfactory.com, book a free call with our strategy advisors, and they'll help you from there. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. And in solidarity with McDonald's, I'm gonna go and buy a Big Mac.